have you ever heard about football?
Which one?
For my audience in the freest country in the world, it's called soccer. But today, by football, I mean the one in Europe, not in the U.S.A. So have you?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay, because recently, the World Cup happened, and even if the FIFA is as corrupted as ever, football once again proved itself to be the biggest form of distraction. What's surprising about it is the fact that the sport itself isn't so unique. Like, you have two teams of 11 players on a field trying to put a ball in one specific area, and the winner is the one doing this the most. Shockingly, football isn't the only sport doing this. But I don't know how it got popular to a point it's the most famous sport on earth. Maybe it's the size of the field being quite large, or the fact that most players use their feet instead of their hands to manipulate the ball. I really don't know. As I said, football being the most famous sport implies it is watched by millions, if not billions of people. Football was, is, and will stay for quite a long time a good reason for many people to gather and enjoy time together. However, when you think about it, the whole thing is a little bit awkward. After all, couldn't watching football be summarized as poor people eating junk food while watching young healthy millionaires doing sport?
But then again, isn't it all the same?
I know this definition could be used for many sports, but it does absolutely suit football for sure. As always, I guess some people could be watching football while eating healthy food, but from my own statistical analysis, you're 5, so you don't really count. Back to watching football, like you can expect, there are different levels when you're watching the sport. The poor, the fake rich, and the real rich. The poor are obviously the one looking at the match from their 15 inches monitors, while screaming they would be better than the current players on the field. Of course, they say that even if their last failed attempt at sport was when they tried to walk upstairs with 2 bags of groceries and still had to take breaks on each floor of their building to not faint.
You know it hurts me when you say that.
Then you have a fake rich. Basically, just the poors who decided to witness the beauty of sport from the last row of the stadium by discerning absolutely nothing from the match, because all they can see from so far away is only blurry dots moving everywhere and noise from other fans.
He's not lying.
Luckily for them, big screens are usually displaying what's happening, but at this point you have to admit you've just paid quite a lot of money to watch a screen with a bunch of strangers. Finally, you have the real rich, the ones who literally are sitting like emperors in the VIP section with the best possible view of the game. Sometimes they even have a whole room just for them to avoid being too close to the people of the 2 previous categories. Between you and me, I don't know a lot about them, except they don't really enjoy the match. You see, most of the time, they are either there to show and maintain their status, or to check if the team they invested money in isn't garbage, or to network with some other people. Inside these VIP rooms, the only people you'll see really happy are the kids, the employees when they get big tips, and on rare occasions, 1 or 2 adults rediscovering the joy of sport before getting an email or some messages and focusing on their phones once again.
I know it's pathetic, but it's true.
Another thing awkward with football is its ability to bring people together conditionally, not by love, but by hate. You see, very often people who hate each other will make peace for a brief moment in order to hate another group in an endless cycle of hatred. For example, when 2 teams of the same city play against each other, the neighborhood's rivalry can be pretty harsh and intense. But suddenly, when the official team of the city plays against another city in a national competition, all the neighborhoods will forget they were insulting each other a moment ago in order to insult and hate a new enemy, who is none other than the citizens and the team of the second city. Personally, I truly find this beautiful and fascinating, don't you?
I can't be the only one who likes this.
It definitely suits the old proverb, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. As you can guess, this doesn't stop at a city scale, because in an international competition like the World Cup, the whole country will come to a truce and forgive each other for hating the idiots who dare to be cheering for another country. All of that until they lose or win, because it doesn't matter, before hating each other again the next time they play. Obviously, I say them because for an unknown reason, many football fans think they are part of the team even if they don't play and won't ever see 1 cent of the money generated by the matches. Unfortunately, as you can guess from my previous example, sports in general don't always bring the best in humanity. But if you take the most popular sport of the century, you can multiply everything by a factor of 10.
This is horrible.
For example, it's insane the number of times that a player with dark skin missing an occasion will lead them to receive a bunch of threats and racist insults. To be fair, the threats are pretty normal in this game, so who cares? But man, racism is very present in this sport, especially when losing. And don't think I'm pointing my fingers at some country in South America, because all countries did it at some point. If we stay on the anger side, you can also count all the supporters getting enraged by viewing their team losing and throwing away any common sense. Like, some of them go so far in anger that they destroy their own TV or fire fight with random people outside. I don't really know how to say this, but dude, it's only a sport. Whether they win or lose, it won't change anything you like, except if you bet. But like I said, everyone knows FIFA is corrupted, so why do you even try? But for the sake of the video, let's say you did it and you lost. Why would breaking your own belongings makes anything better? It could only put you in a worse situation. By the way, people, don't fall for the sport betting trap. I don't care about how many millions of dollars this streamer or YouTuber did using that app. It's never gonna happen to you. Remember, all of their videos and streams are rigged, so don't be the next victim.
Can I count on you?
That being said, football isn't all bad. It's still a pretty good collective sport where you can spend time both exercising and getting to know new people to bond with. Also, because football isn't such a complicated sport with a million rules and you don't need very expensive equipment to play it, you can play it almost anywhere with almost anyone. The only problem is that you need 22 people for a real match. And as we all know, in our modern world, nobody knows 22 people. So you'll have to go to a club or stick to just playing football with small teams. But hey, it's better than nothing, right? On top of that, not every single football fan has anger issues or is willing to fight random people because their team lost. On the opposite, like I said at the beginning, you have more chance of finding someone who will want to just use watching football as an excuse to spend time with others. After all, remember that football should bring people together and not make them hate each other. At least that's what an enemy told me about football when I was a kid, but I'm not sure if I should trust them because they also say that the ball was their best friend while spending the whole season hitting it as hard as possible. So instead, maybe just remember that FIFA is corrupted. That's the final message of this video.
A few moments later.
I told you to never use betting app, but I never tried it myself. So let me bet all my saving very quickly on this team. Now I just have to wait.
And it's gone. Poof.
Anyway, if you found what I say interesting or entertaining enough, please subscribe, click on the bell, share, and tell me in the comment if you agree with me or not. I'll let you go, but before, don't hesitate to go check my other videos. Have a nice day everyone. Bye.